Okay, so this is the UK version. So you notice it says Honda Bose on it. It's the Honda NSX. And the frequencies are different, of course, than the US version. And it has some different options that are a little bit different than the US version. One of the things is these buttons here. The US has auto select button here, but European one does has two different buttons here. So that allows us to make this one the source button, auxiliary, MP3, Bluetooth, and then this one is your band button for 3 FMs and 1 AM. And 6 presets work as normal. 7 is an exit button. I'll show you in a minute. 8 is 8 controls the seek button. It's got 3 different settings on how you want to seek. The number 1 is normal seek to the strongest station. Number 2 is between the presets. You just, every time you hit it, it'll go to the next preset station. And then the third one is just manual tuning, just wherever you want to go. It's totally a plug-and-play solution. You send in your stereo, and because of the fact that these are getting pretty dated, and the stereos after a couple, maybe 22 years of age, started deteriorating internally and would not stay working. So we come up with a customization, and if you haven't seen the other one, I'll explain that it's not the OEM unit, but we take out the old circuit boards and put in an aftermarket boards, which allows it to have the newer features. And so it functions differently. Just as an example, the volume control, it's a push button to go into settings, so a lot of the different settings, but also it's a normal volume control, but the words turn. So it does come with the remote control, and I'm typically, when I'm adjusting the volume, I'll be using the remote control. You just leave this level. These buttons up here are not functional, they're just there for aesthetics. These over here, this is your display and this is your phone. And this tuning here doesn't move. It doesn't have any functions in the tune control there. So, like I say, it's a plug-and-play solution into the Bose speaker system. So the idea is most of the amps are still fine, and a lot of times people think when they get popping or low volume or crackling that it is in the amps, and that's not the case when the stereos get above that time frame that I was talking about. Many times, I mean, it still could be, but many times it's in the stereo this time. And many people go right out and do the amplifiers to find out that they still have the same problem. So you don't have to do that if you see this video and can find out before you do that and save your money there. Go ahead and turn it on. I'll just go ahead and tell you that the tape deck, of course, does not work. We don't listen to tapes any longer. And also the CD changer, if it was plugged into the back, it's in the trunk, and the cable was plugged into the back of the stereo here. When you take it out, it does not have a connection to plug back in, so the CD changer is obsolete. This is so the power connector is the same in the back. Also, the antenna connector in the back is the same, and it has 3 other cables coming out the back. Right here in the front shows you the microphone, which is on 8 feet wire, so you can run that wherever you want that. USB cable, 5 foot long, so that can come back to between the seats or wherever you want to run that to. And then the MP3 wire, also 5 feet long, and of course it has the Bluetooth connection where there's no wire, and that's usually the most preferred connection. And so this is your power turn on. This one here goes into different functions. The display color is set for the NSX color, but it can be set to many different colors, almost endless amount, and even random, where it'll scroll through different colors if you wanted it to do that. Tuner settings. So any of these you can press the volume control again and go into. Language, demo mode. If I go into the color select, this says all zone. There's really only all zone on this unit. There's really not any other separation. So you go into all zone, and here's the color custom setting, and I'll just go in to show you that red, green, blue, and then you change the number so you can see that you can manipulate the color, and then you would just exit out wherever you wanted it to be. But I'm going to go back to the NSX setting, which is how they normally ship when we do them. And this 7, it just goes back to the stereo. The next source is the tuner. The 6 presets, press and hold. Now it's stored there. Here's your AM, your band button. FM 2, 3, AM, back to FM 1. Shows you that. Number 8 here is that seek. So this is gonna, the presets are not set, but it shows you preset 2, preset 3, so that's how you go amongst your presets. Manual is just left to right, up and down the scale, and then seek auto 1 is normal seek to the next strongest station. You can turn the display off. Different options on the display, what you want it to show. And as far as the features go, I'm going to go through a few of the features using the remote now to turn down the. I'm going to use show you some of the features, and if you have any questions about anything, you can email us for a copy of the manual, so you'll be able to check out anything that way. And show you the Bluetooth. There's no USB connected here. You can have a memory stick with music on there, or a phone plugged in, and it'll charge it. I'm going to go to my phone, turn on my Bluetooth, and pair it to the unit. So do a search in the settings, go to the Bluetooth and turn it on and do a search for devices. It'll find the KMM. It'll pair it. It says press the volume control on the stereo. That's how you accept it. So it's connected now. Push play. My head to my toes. Oh, now I know how Richard Petty feels. So I reject. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it again, and I'll answer this time. So again, it shows the number that's calling in. You can reject it, or you can hit volume control to answer, or any of the 6 presets, or you can answer it by hitting the phone button there. So it's connected right now, and you can talk through the microphone here and hear through the speakers the person that you're talking to. And here's how you hang it up. Any updates on the system will be, we try to keep it up on the website. So the URL for the website is nsxstereo.com. That'll take you to the page where for the NSX, the US version, and there should be a link there for the European version. Or they'll both be on that page, depending on how we. So if you check out the NSX page of the website, we'll try to keep it up on any feedback that we get from both the US version and the UK version. That's where anybody that installs the unit and wants to express how they feel about it, so you can use that to make a decision on whether or not this is something that you'd like done to your stereo. Check the website. The video doesn't really change, but the website we can update on a regular basis. Again, nsxstereo.com. We recently received feedback from one of the modified units that was done for a California customer, and she said she absolutely loved it, and also sent a photograph of the unit in her car. So there should be on the NSX page, we'll put a photograph of the unit in the car, and which is pretty obvious that it looks pretty close to what the original one looks like. And we also send out install tips and not only the manual but also a sheet to show you these new functions of these buttons. So you'll get the sheet that shows that with it. And thank you very much.